That's a lot of money, nearly.
That's a lot of money. I think we can talk about that ngayon. Pero let's go muna to the second main na topic. So yung second natin na main na topic today is team ownership and invite. Now, this is the big one. Kanina nagtanong si Kuya Pogs kung ito na. We're going to talk about it right now. Team ownership and invites. Looking ahead 1 year to the International 2019, in cases where one person has ownership in multiple teams, only one of those teams will be allowed to compete in the International, regardless of DPC qualifying points. Any team can still participate in the pro circuit majors and minors leading up to next year's International. However, ownership conflicts will need to be resolved prior to the TI regional qualifiers. This also applies in cases in which players have financial ties to the other teams. Okay. So ayan. Off the top, this is a big nerf to China. Secondarying tatamaan nito is some of the CIS teams, some of the Russian-owned organizations, player-owned teams in NA and in Europe, and dito naman sa atin, it's going to hit Mineski and TNC. So, essentially, this is a initiative galing kay Valve to uphold competitive integrity. So what do you think about it, Ran?
It's good as long as it can be implemented.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's only so much you can do as a third party, let's say auditor, to ensure that wala talagang connection for these teams. Because if we see the statement, they can basically be as is until the TI qualifiers, which is more or less a year from now. And pagdating doon, just do whatever paperwork. So I think, again, this is very big. We don't know how Valve can police, how they can monitor, how they can verify the ownership of these things. But I think
it's a good direction.
I think it's still very easy to bypass. If you're rich enough to have multiple teams.
I think it's easier to bypass if you're in China, which is the thing that was supposed to be nerfed by this. Diba? Kasi I don't think Valve is going to put in the resources to tackle Chinese bureaucracy when you're dealing with sons of billionaires from China's tech elite.
I think it's not just China though. I think if you're rich enough to own, let's say more than one team, you have the financial capacity to be able to have another at least team co-owning or
basically a shell company or a relative to buy it. I think one problem din dito is when you take a look at other esports, for example, for League of Legends. So League of Legends, they have the same the stipulation. If you are part of the NALCS, hindi pwedeng multiple owners. So that was the problem. That's why EG and Alliance were in League of Legends before and then they umalis sila. Kasi hindi sila pwede. Ayaw ni Riot ng multiple yung may owner sa isang liga nila. So, how can they enforce that? They can enforce that because you buy into the league, and in buying into the league, you have a contract with Riot, and in that contract, may power si Riot na imbestigahan yung kumpanya nyo. At least where the team is concerned.
Okay.
Diba? You don't have that with Valve.
Especially with the registration process being a website.
Exactly. Yung registration process mo is you just log into the website, lagay mo yung player ID nyo, yung team ID nyo, that's it. You're now a team in the DPC. So, yun yung parang problema when in implementation. Again, it's a good idea.
Yeah, it does have its merit. I think we have TIs before na kina-question our teams intentionally
EG
dropping.
and Alliance, for example, dati, they had the same owner, Alex Garfield.
It's not even the teams, minsan pati countries. It has happened before na are they trying to avoid each other so they cannot fight agad. And there really is there's a good underlying reason behind this. It's just the implementation is a bit suspect.
So maganda yung idea. Again, the idea is very, very good. The problem lang is how are they actually going to enforce this in a way that it makes or that it does something substantial. And
again, this levels the playing field. So as much as we want to question the implementation, it's still a good change.
Yes, it's a good change. It's definitely a good change.
Even if they can only do so much, at least these people have to do something. Pero
ano lang siya, the ball is in Valve's court to make sure na maganda yung pag-audit nila ng ownership ng teams. Right? Because that's the thing eh. Yun nga, this was something we said yesterday. That's the thing with conflict of interest. It doesn't need to be proven for it to be a bad thing. When you start to question yung resulta nung laro, because magkalaban Vici Gaming J tsaka Vici Gaming lang, problema na yun. Right? Because now, hindi ka na sure. Hindi ka na sure kung tama ba talaga ito nangyari, ano ba naman to, nagtapon ng laro. An otherwise good competition is marred by potential drama. Pangit na siya agad. So, kailangan siyang maresolbahan.
Plus, we're not looking at, let's say, 5, 6 teams to check. Because regional qualifiers gonna feature, let's say, maybe 40 teams across 6 regions, maybe 50 teams nearly. And it's very hard to check that. At, marami tayong tanong na hindi pa natin alam. Kasi how are they gonna implement this? If they find out, will they disqualify a team?
Will they pull them out? Or paano ba yun? Yun yung isang statement dito eh. Nakalagay lang, all possible ownership conflicts need to be resolved before the beginning of the TI regional qualifiers. But what does that mean? Diba? Ano yung resolution na yun? Sorry, we'll never do it again. Are they going to be forced to sell one of their teams? Because that's what happens in League of Legends. In League of Legends, kapag meron kayong ownership conflict, pwedeng sabihin sa'yo ni Riot, ibenta nyo yung slot nyo to someone else.
You have to prove your transfer of ownership, which can be done by attorneys.
Yeah. Riot can do that because of their league system. Valve doesn't have the same infrastructure, ecosystem to be able to do that. So, yun yung mga question marks natin for pagdating doon. So, good idea, but I don't know if anyone's going to go into China to really check.
Especially not soon. With the deadline being TI qualifs, that's a long time from now.
Medyo malayo. Alright, let's see some questions. TNC Vici Gaming J na daw. Actually, let me go check. It's almost 1.
Tahimik si RD, so...
Tahimik si RD, so talo na. Hindi, panalo ng game yung Optic eh. Yappy, yun lang. So, airport major ng EG. Oh my god, they got 2-0. PPD.
I think, again, that's nice. They're not that's a big tilt in the graph.
That's a big tilt.
See the graph?
Yep.
It's beyond the summit.
Yep. Optic Gaming has now knocked out the king from the Super Major.
No, they're improving. They were knocked out by Spirit before. They knocked out Spirit now. So it's a
improvement.
Small upgrade.
Improvement. Yeah.
It's a process.
It's just the process. I don't know. I'm a Peter Pan Dam fan, so I'm happy. All right. Twitter update. KPPT, please. Kuya Pao, tingin nyo 3 pa rin yung slot ng SEA for the qualifiers? Ngayon, I'm not sure. We don't know. We don't know what the format for TI is ngayong taon. So,
you would assume na it's at least 2. 1 direct.
So apparently PPD tipped Sumail as they were losing.
And that happens a lot.
Yeah. Pero I love it because it's PPD and Sumail. See? And patay. Tapos tip. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
The Rubik play yesterday was nice by FY as well.
That's true. Prince FY. All right. Other questions. Ang sakit sa VG nun, lahat ata ng element may team ang VG.
Actually, that's true. That's true. I think they have 5 or 6 teams.
Thunderstorm, VG Gaming.
Heart. May heart. Captain Planet.
VG Gaming Water. That's pangit. Storm na siguro yun. VG Gaming Fire. VG Gaming Volcano. I don't know. It's nice. Other questions. Paano yun if both your teams are good like LGD and LFY? The owner would have to choose one.
Both your teams are good.
LGD and LFY. I think
that's a bad example. Medyo maganda yung question.
Maybe last year.
Yeah, that should be the case. That's what should happen based on the rules ngayon.
Yeah. Mark Oletlet, pero boss pa, pwede pa sumali ng minor sa mga affiliated teams. Yes, they can. Pagdating lang ng TI, for example, let's say may team kami ni Ren, and it's Ren Bros, and then Pau Bros. Then we both own the two teams. Let's say nanalo ng enough points yung Ren Bros at Pau Bros to qualify for TI.
No, not just TI. It's regional qualifiers pa lang.
Yeah, or regional qualifiers. Or basta regional qualifiers. May-ari kami ng dalawang team. We need to choose only one. Only one of those will be able to join.
Or we split ownership.
I
think that's a very feasible thing to happen in this company.
I mean, that's what happened with EG and Lions.
I think this is probably the most rational approach for things that they're gonna actually split ownership, at least on paper.
Parang, okay, ang may-ari na ng LFY is asawa ni Ruru. Ang may-ari na ng LGD si Ruru.
That's technically legal.
Legal.
Based on
the
guidelines.
Yeah, based on what we know. Of course, kailangan lang nakalagay din dun siguro na kahit na yung may-ari yung asawa, it has to be a different business entity pa rin, the same with antitrust laws in the
which is still very easy.
You just need to create a business registration form. That's it, diba? No. Business registration form, yung office ng LFY nandun na sa kabilang street.
But yeah, this is something we have to look forward to. This only affects the bigger orgs, the bigger teams. Matagal ba process ng split ownership?
It depends on country.
It depends on the country.
Yeah.
Generally, pag amicable in terms, it's not
fine.
really.
There are some countries that mabilis yung business process nila. So, in the Philippines, it takes a while.
I mean, it depends kasi because sometimes, as long as you have a memorandum of agreement, that should be enough in most cases. As a proof na kunyari, you transferred your ownership kahit na wala pang actual papers.
The other thing lang is you just need to, in other countries, for example, in the Philippines, you would also need to provide bank statements that merong financial backing yung
may transfer.
May transfer na nangyari. So, that's the other thing. Anyway, it depends on country to country, pero at that level, if you're on the level that you can afford multiple teams, you're on the level where you can afford that business process, I think. Right? I mean, if you're running two teams. So, over here, TNC Tigers, TNC Predator, if both of them are going to be eligible to join the regional qualifiers, they need to resolve that.
Yeah, even kunyari, ang most recent example natin is EG and Fly's OG.
Yes.
That's something as of now is a suspect on this rule.
Actually, that's yun nga yung parang corollary rin talaga. Player-owned teams kasi, ang ibig sabihin nun, as a player nung team na yon, founder ako nung team na yon, meron akong share dun sa team. May stake ako sa team na yon. So whatever money they make, meron akong hati. Right? May hati ako. It comes back down to me in dividends. Right? So if I leave that team and I join another team na kalaban nila, it now creates a conflict of interest. Because I want to win as part of this team, but I also have a financial stake in this team. So again, it creates a conflict. Anong gagawin mo? Magpapatalo ka na lang ba? Because mas malaki yung potential mo na share kung manalo kayo. And you can think na, well, syempre mas gusto mong manalo. But that's not the point. The point is there is a conflict. So it calls into question the integrity of the match. And because it calls into question the integrity of the match, you might as well just remove all doubt. Kasi once you doubt, tapos. Doon na yung problema. It scares off everyone else in the ecosystem. It's bad for the fans. It's bad for the audience. It's bad for sponsors going forward. If your game is parang conflict of interest naman pala itong laro na to. Sinong brand ang gustong sumali sa ecosystem nyo? Right. So,
yeah, let's just hope na this statement is not made by Valve just to say na we ginawa namin ng paraan yan. But we hope that they follow up with the necessary actions to
the implementing rules and regulations are very important.
We have some questions. This will not affect this TI. No. This will be for the next season. Yeah. The next season is gonna start on September 15. Yeah. My shirt is from Uniqlo. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Pero yet. Again,
that's what we always say.
Uniqlo, if you want in, you can have your workout wear.
Well,
yung heat tech nyo, yung lagay. Right?
You know your Uniqlo stuff.
Of course. My life is basically Uniqlo.
Kung magkaibang region, it's irrelevant.
No, it's
irrelevant. You cannot have more than one theme.
Kasi again, yun yung problema, 'di ba? VG Gaming J Storm is in the States. Pero the other tournament, magkalaban sila with VG Gaming. Sorry, VG Gaming J Thunder pala. They're both in China, sure, but whatever. Pero the nature of yung sport natin, pagdating ng LAN, you're all fighting together anyway. It's not like in League of Legends na the NALCS, they're all just fighting together. And then 2 times a year lang sila nagkikita ng ibang mga regions. Sa atin, especially ngayong season, 22 events, all regions nakikita. So if you have multiple teams, you can see, for example, ito, Super Major. Si Jack Chen has 3 teams. Sino susuportahan ni Jack Chen doon? Sino susuportahan nung may-ari ng VG Gaming J doon? Ng VG Gaming doon? Di sobrang tawa na niya. May 3 akong team dito, kahit sino manalo, di ba?
Yeah, and
pangit eh.
They can also, block out scrims even for other teams. Pag-scrim naman kami 3.
Oo.
Wala na kayong ka-scrim. Kami, close scrims na kami.
Isa pa yun.
Basically, the more teams you have.
And isn't that one of the things na naging problema or allegations against China since TI2? Na LGD has access to all of these scrim data and they have access to all of these teams. We will not scrim with any other teams na ayaw namin. DK was hit with that.
Yeah.
Di ba? Ayaw makipag-scrim sa kanila ng newbie organizations, ng LGD organizations sa Nihom. So DK had no one to scrim with for TI4. Which is still, masakit pa rin siya for me.
Yeah, I know. I feel you.
It's my favorite team of all time. All right. Last question before we go to the next. Parang PBA, madaming SMC at smart teams. Just parang masasabing mong may Diana.
Actually, yeah, that's
very good.
That's a very good example.
It's a very good example. That's true.
People are saying kung yari na pinapaabot ng Game 7 para maraming pera, and diba? It's anyone naman.
Every time Governor's Cup, diba? Sinong panalo, yung may-ari na Hinebra,
for Gold Filipino, it's San Miguel.
Oo. Di ba? Yeah, San Miguel, di ba?
Yeah, they jumped Junmar.
So, yun yung issue. And you don't want that. You don't want people to question yung integrity ng ginagawa nyo. Kasi kapag ganun, it's no longer about the game. And it scares off potential growth. It's bad for everyone. It's bad for everyone basta may ganitong nangyayari. So, we'll see how they're going to enforce this.
Again, let's just hope that this is not to say na, oy,
pangit, walang kwenta tong ginagawa nyo.
It's not just Valve saying na, binawala na namin kayo, bawal
don't do it. Don't do it.
Let's just hope that does not stop there.
Let's hope that Valve will actually try to stop them. So, tignan natin.
So, yung magiging kayang name ka na, Thunder na lang.
Thunder na lang, Storm.
Potential.
Jaylin, di ba? Jaylin, Storm. Yung ako nang bahala sila dun. Anyway, alright. Let's go to the